Hi, I'm Zo,
And I'm Mel,
and together, this is the first episode of.
Acfs.
Hey Mel, I've heard that you have been in the camp industry for quite some time now.
Yes.
You have gathered a lot of experience and exposures through the camp industry,
Mm-hmm.
be it on the brighter side of the camp industry or either the eerie side.
Yeah.
But for today, or I should say for tonight, I would like to hear more of the eerie side of the camp industry, the backstory that people don't usually hear about.
Oh, okay. Sure. For me, in the camp industry, I've been in the camp industry for a few years already. And at first, when I was being introduced to camp industry, right, I have thoughts. Should I or should I not? Because I don't really go out at night or no go and about at night or I mean to area that there is a lot of people, sure, but camp, that means like campsite is more on ulu area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my very first camp is a P5 camp or P4 camp, I'm not sure, I can't remember, it's few years back. And the campsite is not really very ulu, is somewhere in the southern area of Singapore.
Okay.
Okay, but somehow or other, when I go to this campsite, I think it's used to be an old school, I'm not sure. Okay, and wow, even the chicha also agrees. And my first camp over there, the first night, that's where I first saw something that majority of the story that I heard before from other camp instructor, like the old timer, is the basketball court.
I see.
Okay, I only heard that this campsite there are a lot of stories. I was like, oh okay, but then at that point of time they have yet to tell me, because one, I'm new.
Okay.
Two, of course, they do not want to instill fear in me, right? But little did they know that I actually have a gift slash cursed. I don't know which is which. Sometimes it could be a gift, sometimes it could be a curse. Is I have a third eye, and that is since young. So when in the day, the campsite is just like normal school lah. It's just that there is no classroom. But when it comes at night, that campsite is a different ball game.
Okay.
The first one that I saw on the day one night is actually a pochi.
Pochi is
AKA pocong.
pocong, yeah.
Okay, and that is at the basketball court. So the whole layout of the campsite, right,
Okay.
is like there are two parts of building. Okay, and then the one part is actually where the canteen, the hall is.
Okay.
The other part is where the dorm is.
The dorm is where the students.
Yes. Okay. Opposite the dorm is actually there are a few elements that the student can actually engage. And there is this one shed where it's supposed to be for the student to sit down so that they can have the safety briefing there.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Behind the shed, there is this one basketball court. Okay. And that basketball court at night, that's where the puchi is.
Is there no light exposure to the basketball
No, that is the darkest part of the camp.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So the whole camp, if let's say in a rectangular kind of layout, right? Basketball court here, there is a few bushes around it, and then the dorm is here. So the dorm is actually practically facing the basketball court.
I see.
Yeah. So the dorm, there are two levels. Okay, the first level and the second level. So usually, it depends on the school or it depends on the camp itself. Where do the girls and the boys going to be sleeping? Okay.
Okay.
So just nice for that camp, the girls sleep on top, the second level.
Mhm.
So there is always that one particular staircase that we will go up, even so there are two staircases.
Does it have like any reasoning behind it, or
I only know the other staircase, right? There is this door, like a gate. They usually locked it.
even
So,
though if the camp is running in broad daylight?
yeah,
Oh, I see.
okay, it's always locked. And even so, there is not locked, right? The gate is always closed.
Mhm.
Okay. And yes, I was actually being told not to use that staircase. So up or down, go up to toilet or not, is always that one particular staircase which is in the middle
I
of
see.
the whole layout lah. So boys' toilet is there, the girls' toilet on top. So you just a staircase up and then come down. So how to go to the dorm? Simple, go up and then walk through the corridor.
Mhm.
And fun fact, the last dorm, that means the very corner dorm towards the other staircase, for the second floor is always empty.
Is there any particular reason behind it?
Actually, no.
So till
It
this,
is still today, to what I know, is leave it empty.
I
So
see.
even so, unless it's like really by no choice, the cohort is big,
Mhm.
then by no choice we have to use the first one, we will use the first one. If not, we will actually use the second one. Okay, so the first one still leave it empty, the second one, and then after that we will make full really full use of, if let's say the class need to split to join with another class, join another class. Yeah,
I
as
see.
long as we don't touch the first.
But is there like any any point of time where the teachers actually ask you like, hey, why can't the students use this empty room?
Funny thing, right? Teachers also never ask anything. They just like, okay, girls, just go into this. They never ask
I
like,
see.
why the last one never asked. Yeah, I guess if the school always do camp, right? Teachers, I think, pretty much know lah.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe they
like,
know.
okay, if let's say they don't use it, there must be a reason. Do not ask,
Yeah.
So what happened on that day one night when I saw the pochi?
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I just like, okay, it's something that I saw that it shouldn't be seen. So I just try to brush it off and not to show that fear in my face, so that my student will not ask, instructor, what do you see?
Yeah.
So it's time for the girls to actually, like, go to bed, lights out. So that is at around 10 o'clock, around there, around that timing. Okay, so when my girls go to sleep, thank God for that camp, my girls actually not on the second room. So it's pretty much in the middle already.
I see.
Yeah, it's quite far lah. So when I walk there, and I'll say, okay, girls, faster, settle down and everything, and then lights off. And then we will just like, as a trainer, we usually just like walk to the second one, the second last room.
Mhm.
Okay, then we will check, make sure that all the girls really settle down and stuff like that. And then after that, we will walk all the way to the back to the staircase in the middle, and then we go down. Okay, so when I was walking back, and then when I turn around just to make sure everything is okay, and then another trainer actually switch off the corridor light,
Okay.
I saw a pochi right at the end of the corridor.
What was your reaction towards like at that very moment where you saw the
I
pochi?
was, the first thing in my heart, I was like, oh, fish. I was like, fish lah, I'm tired already. It somehow is my first camp.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, it's so tiring, right? Then I was like, wow, fish. And then I just walked back to where my girls is sleeping. And I just like mumble lah, don't disturb the girls. Don't disturb any of the girls. And then after that, I just walk back. But I say, it's like, to me, in my heart, I was like saying that, okay, my girls are sleeping here. Don't disturb my girls.
Okay.
Okay, don't disturb the girls. And I walk back, and then when I turn, the pochi is not there.
Mhm.
So when I go down the staircase, the pochi is back at where the basketball is.
I see.
but is sitting on the loop of the basketball thing. You know?
I guess now we know that ghosts are also tired lah.
Yeah,
Disturb
correct.
people
Maybe
also.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So then when I see, I was like, okay, so I say I just ignore it and everything. And as a trainer, usually when finish everything with that, there is this debrief.
Okay.
So when the debrief is ongoing, we usually do the debrief at another area where we call it the parade square. Usually flag ceremony kind of thing lah.
Yeah.
But so far not that did I know of. We have a flag raising ceremony on camp.
Okay.
But the parade square, that's where we all seated. Just nice that night during the debrief, I was actually sitting facing the inner side of the whole school, the whole layout. So first building is here. This is actually empty walkway. Okay, it's an empty walkway but sheltered. Okay. And then after that, the dome. So where I'm sitting, I can actually see the dome.
I see.
Guess what I saw? The pochi is happily hopping. I was like, oh man, how am I supposed? Like, I mean, to me, it's like, my duty as an instructor, right? It kick in like, okay, I have to go there. Because
Okay.
my girls are there, my students are there. I have to go there. But how am I supposed to tell
Yeah,
my
and it's your
yeah
first camp.
yeah, and some more it's my first camp and then after that I was like, oh man, I was like, okay, never mind, just keep quiet. Then after that it hops, and then when everything finished, after the whole thing finished, right, usually the auxiliary team will like, okay guys, you are given this much time. Okay, if you need to buy like any supper, you can go and buy supper, but faster come back. Like that means about like they usually give us about 45 to 1 hour time. Okay, to like you need to go buy drinks or supper because that particular campsite, right? Like I said, it's not ulu. It's like smack in the middle of the whole area is still buzzing with traffics and stuff like that.
So what you're trying to say is that there are buildings around it.
Yeah, there are actually a very good prata shop there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So some trainer will just go buy some supper or maybe buy some sweet drinks because the whole day we have been drinking water.
Yeah.
So some sweet drinks would be nice, So when we go out, I told my friend, the one that actually bring me into this industry. So I was like telling her about like is this campsite have any history? And then all she say is, why? Then after that I was like, nothing, At that point of time, I do not know like should I share it with people or not. Is it okay to share it, or is it it's just me that's seeing things?
I see.
So the auxiliary team also actually came and talked to me like, okay, how is your first day of camp, this and that, is everything okay? Because in the morning quite rough for me. It's quite a rough day. So then I just like, yeah, it's fine. But funny thing is, that particular auxiliary team tell me this. Okay, so after this, when you retire for the night, okay, whatever you hear, or anybody call the name or whatever, screaming, shouting, laughter or whatsoever, ignore, okay? And just try to sleep.
That is the first night, is it?
Yes. And then I was like, oh, okay. At first, I thought I was like, oh, there will be something. Then after they said, oh, he just brushed it off like, oh no. Because sometimes, like, after camp, the student shouting, screaming, laughter, all, it will tend to be in your brain memory. So scientifically, say, okay. So I tried to sleep that night because, like again, I'm not into camp. I'm not an outdoor person, to be frank. Okay. So when I told my friends that, I don't know whether will I actually able to sleep. First, no aircon. Okay, first no aircon. Second, you'll be sleeping on the floor. We actually sleep in the hall. Okay, all the trainers actually slept in the hall. So it's like, first there's no aircon. 2, sleeping on the floor. 3 is so uncomfortable. So even after you shower, right, you will still feel so it's warm and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, I'm going to have a difficult night. Wow, I actually fell asleep the minute I lay down, but woke up in the middle of the night.
Is there like any disturbance during that time, or did you just
A thumping sound. Boom, boom, boom.
in the same area where you were sleeping?
Yes, in the hall.
I see.
So I just like, I thought maybe trainer, walk up and down,
Yeah.
right? Because the flooring is actually like wooden flooring. So there is that sound. So when I actually like look around, there is no one walking. But then there is that boom, boom, boom.
How
boom.
loud was it from your area?
Not very loud though. It's like maybe a distant, like there is that thumping sound. But because we are sleeping on the floor, so it's quite echoey.
Yeah.
Tum, tum, tum. So when I turned around, I was like looking, there is no trainer walking. So I was like, okay. Then I changed, I turned, facing the hall. Okay, the hall, there is a stage. Alright, there's a stage. Beside the stage, there is a staircase to go down. Okay, and then the other side usually is a door, but it's also a staircase to go down. So when I heard the sounds, it seems like coming out from the other side.
Okay.
But when I turned, I said, just turn around and I faced the other side. That's where I saw the pochi is jumping on the stage. So I'm like, okay, just take whatever, not I can take a towel. Then I just like, okay, just in the end, I want to face up, but then in front of me is a window. Then I face the stage. Can see, you can practically see it's moving. Then when I turn the other side, I can hear the thumping sound. So I was like, I call out to my friend that's sleeping beside me, right? And my friend is totally dead sleeping. The rest of the trainer is dead sleeping, except for one trainer. And the trainer suddenly just like tell me, like, just ignore, just close your eyes, say whatever prayer that you believe in, whatever religion that you are, just say a prayer and just go to sleep. Then I was like, oh, okay. Then I look at her. I wanted to ask, is it you see it too? But the trainer, before I can open my mouth, she said, shh, talk tomorrow. I said, oh, okay. So that's day 1. Then day 2, nighttime is a campfire. So I was actually helping out with one of the game. Okay. So I know there is that parade square, where in the parade square, right, there is this thing where the flagpole is.
Yeah.
So there is that slightly elevated kind of thing. But campfire is dark, right? It's meant to be dark, right?
Yeah.
So funny thing is, there is nothing there.
Okay.
But somehow or other, when I go and take the blindfold to help with the student to blindfold them, what I felt is like someone just simply, like, when you walk and then your leg just being...
Yeah, like the impact.
The impact. I can feel the impact right at my leg. If, say, I actually kick that elevated thing, right? It's the ankle, ma.
Yeah.
This is my knee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I actually Superman flat down in front of the whole cohort of students, teachers, principals, and other trainers towards the fire.
So what you're trying to say is that where you were standing and where the
It's far,
students
it's
were
far.
standing...
So okay, so the flag is here, right? The flagpole is here. There is a kitchen shed here where usually outdoor cooking is being done. Okay, and the student is sitting like a horseshoe. Okay, semicircle. Okay, from here, behind the flagpole, I actually walking. I actually avoid that elevated thing. I walk like beside it, and I fell almost going towards the fire.
I see.
And the two MC was like, quickly come to me, and then after that I was like, I'm fine. Funny thing is, it is a hard fall. It is a very hard fall. But I just managed to like stand, and I didn't really stand. I actually like just get up and I actually crawl back to where I'm supposed to sit. And when I sit down, I turn. The pochi is standing where I actually begin to fall, which is near the flag pole.
But during the time where you fell, right? Do you by any chance see a silhouette of the entity, or was it just an impact that you feel?
It's just the impact that I felt. It's so hard that it actually left a mark underneath my knee. So that means is my knee here is one line. So if let's say I fell because I tripped, it's my ankle that will be pain.
Yeah.
No, it's my knee. So when during the whole fall, my wrist, my elbow, my both knee is all. There is no abrasion. Funny thing is there is no abrasion. It's just bruises. And
blood.
after there's no blood. There is no blood at all.
Only bad bruising, is it?
Yeah, bad bruising, blue-black kind of bruising. And that only appear like 3 days later.
Oh, so during that moment where you fell, there
Nothing
wasn't
happened.
anything?
When I check, right, nothing happened. Yes, there is sand. There is like, those kind of stones. Because the parade square is like gravel, there is stones, but there is no bleeding whatsoever. Nothing. Not on my palm, not on my wrist, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, what was that? So after that fall, I still managed to go up and, settle the girls down again as per normal, sleeping and everything. But this time around, when I turn around and look at the basketball, not that I only see one pochi, I saw two pochi with one kapi.
At the basketball court?
At the basketball court. And that's where I'm like, oh, okay. Then I just tell myself, okay, whatever it is tonight, I'm not going to interfere, and I'm just going to just leave it.
That is during the lights out for the students,
yes,
right?
After the whole campfire finished. So after everything done, then during the debrief, majority of the trainer was asking, yo, you okay or not? Well, that's a hard fall. I was like, yeah. Are you okay? And I say, yeah. Well, you still can walk after that hard fall. Everybody was like asking, you still can walk after that hard fall, because it's legitimately fall and slide, It's legitimately, I'm like Superman down the thing. And they're like, you okay or not? I say, yeah, I'm okay. There is no bruise, there's nothing, there's no abrasion, there's no bleeding, nothing. And then when day 3, when the student going back, I still can do whatever duty that I can do. But when I left the campsite, that's where I start to be able not to walk anymore. My knee is so swollen that, I don't know, it looks like someone just take a baseball bat and then I got fever for the next 5 days. Yeah, until like my friend was like saying that, hey, why not you go and buy some flour or what, just wash. And after that I was like, okay. Then I did what I was being told. And because upon that time when I first do, there is this plant that the Chinese believe is a pomegranate plant. So the leaf and the stalk, right, is a bit sharp. There is that edges. So they actually put that in the water and asked me to shower to like wash off everything. And yeah, funny thing is the bruises gone, my fever gone. So that's my so-called virgin camp experience.
Okay, but we backtrack a bit. During the campfire night, right? Was that the only thing that you experienced, or was there like more when you try to engage with the kids or try to overlook the whole campfire?
Because it's my first camp, so I don't know what to do
Okay.
still. So I like, oh, okay, monkey see, monkey do lah. So when the trainer suddenly get up and start like, try to rah-rah the kids, right? Then I just follow. Funny thing is, after that fall, I still can rah-rah the kids. So just like, see, just follow, rah-rah the kids. Yeah, but the kids, is it very crazy rah-rah? Yes lah, because it's like, because that camp is quite special, I guess. I mean, out of so many camp that I've done, that camp is very special because one class, there are 4 trainers. So 1 trainer to 10 students.
Okay.
Yeah, except for my class. Because I'm new, so one class have 5 trainer. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be shadowing one of the trainer and learn as much as I can. Yeah.
But during the campfire, you did not see the entity do anything else besides that?
No, I only saw the entity is at the kitchen shed, at the corner of the kitchen shed, just stood there.
Just watching you from afar?
Watching the whole thing from afar. And I think in campfire is like that lah. That if let's say the area have entity, I guess they will just sit there and watch you from afar. Because the whole area, if there is no camp, is quiet ma. Then suddenly, when there is camp, there is cheer, there is laughter, there is clap, there is sound. If I were to be an entity, I was like, why are you guys so noisy? So I don't know, maybe my fault is could it be due to I am like interfering on the first night because I actually acknowledged the thing. I said, hey, do not disturb the girls or whatever. So from that day on, when I try not to tell anyone about my very first camp, even to my friend, until quite recent. I was like, actually the first camp, before this whole episode, right, I told my friend, like, actually the first camp, there is an episode. Huh? I didn't hear it from you. And I say, because to me it's like, it's a bit to the extent of I do not know whether should I share it, because after what I did, I actually have a very bad fall. And some of the trainer was like saying, that is an epic moment when I actually Superman down. And funny thing is, how can I Superman down and glide towards the fire itself? So to them is like, is lucky you never reach the fire. If not, the campfire will be having a roasted trainer, I guess. Yeah, so that is my experience and exposure on my virgin camp lah.
So I guess tonight we finally get to know that Pochi and the Kak Pon,
yes,
right? They either they just want to play basketball, maybe lepak at a basketball place, right? Or even they want to find something to cook because they're at the kitchen shed.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, look at the bright side lah. I mean, so that, I'm sure I also do not want, like, but this is like an experience that it could be why out of so many trainers, why me? Because I'm new. The rest of the trainers is actually old trainers. None of them are new. Even so, just nice that camp, right, is actually trainers from different company.
I see.
Yeah. So when different company from different company come together as one, right? And I'm sure that all of them did camp in that campsite before. And because to them it's like, oh, they know where are the places. I'm the only one who don't know where is this place, where is this place, where is this place. So in the end, the auxiliary team, okay, we call him the camp ops. That means he's in charge of the whole operation. He have to bring me tour the whole campsite to let me know, okay, if we say meet at this place, is at where? Meet at this place is at where? Yeah.
I see.
So I'm the only one.
Okay, so that is your first story for tonight.
Yep.
At our very first episode of
Yes.
ACFS. Right? There will definitely be more
Yes,
upcoming
definitely there will be
episodes.
more
Yeah.
episodes.
On different stories based on different trainers or even from our own perspective.
Yep.
Yeah. So do follow, like, even comment and share
Yes.
on our Instagram page. We will soon launch from other different platforms besides Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify.
Yeah. And you also feel free to actually share your experience, okay, be it whether you are a past student, maybe you are a student from that camp or any of the campsite, that you have experienced something. Just share it in the comment, or maybe you can DM us, and then we will see.
Yeah, you can DM us, you can email us. We will put it in the bio below.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Or even so, you can just maybe tell us more about what you have experienced, and then maybe we can try to bring
Collaborate.
you guys here.
Yeah, we can collaborate. Okay, so for tonight, I am Mel.
And I am Zo.
And this is our campfire story. Good night, everybody.
Good night.